I'm not ready.
Hello,
I'm not ready.
everyone.
I'm not
Welcome to
ready. I'm not
episode
ready. Uh-oh.
17 of Gamers Tavern. Come in, sit down, and grab a drink as we could talk about anything from the paranormal to conspiracy theories. So, guys, how are we today?
Drunk and tired.
That's why I need to hear. We are inside a tavern after all.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
Yep. 2 with my favorite drink, Crayola Blue.
Yes.
Oh, the
Alright.
best flavor.
Alright, guys, right off the bat.
I'm really sorry I took so long. I really wasn't expecting to be out this late.
No, you're okay. You're good.
You guys waited up for me for 3 hours. What do you mean?
Dude, okay, no. We were occupied. You're fine.
Ah.
But all that matters is we're here now.
Yes.
All that matters is that we're friends.
Yay, we're all friends in the end. That all play.
Maybe the real meaning of life is the friends we made along the way.
Yes. Alright, but anyway, alright guys, right off the bat, I just want to tell you guys this story. On Sunday, I had a ghost experience at my work.
How so?
So essentially, I was at the registers, and obviously we all been to a grocery store. Like there's like the cashier and the counter to put the groceries on. So I was scanning the customers, and my manager and the employee, like they were sitting on the other side of the counter, and we all just talking, and I was scanning the customer. No biggie, right? I swear, all of a sudden, I felt something touch me.
Turns out that was actually me. Sorry about that.
It was Doc Disrespect.
Oh my god! Turns out, it was Chris Tyson.
No.
And then next thing you know, we get canceled. All right.
Yep, that's all, folks.
yeah, but yeah, like I said, I was scanning, and it really felt like it was like some kind of it felt like a hand touching like near like the back of my and like on my back.
You've been molested by a ghost.
Like it was like so noticeable. I genuinely looked around to see if like anybody walked by. And I even asked my manager, "Hey, did anybody walk behind me?" No one did. I
You
was
got
like,
molested by a ghost.
"Yeah, I was touched." No.
Oh.
No.
Whoa. Hold on.
I want to be next.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, and then like on top of that, like after that happened, my register was literally being bonkers, like for the next hour. The one thing I can't explain was that like for one customer and one time only, the pin pad wasn't working.
Dun dun dun.
And then obviously the pin pad is used for like, credit cards. Yeah, like it said like the pin pad was unavailable. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call my manager so that way she can see the message, because this is after she went to do stalking. So I called her back up, showed her the message. It started working like normal. Did not have any problems with the pin pad ever since. Like
that ghost trying to get you fired.
Really though. Well, yeah, because I had to tell you guys that, because I said that was Jerry the first time. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because it was so weird. Let's see, like, so like Soul and Doc. I know you guys understand, Doc. I know this is your first time on the podcast. Did you guys have any kind of like paranormal experience at all?
Personally,
No.
not really.
Yeah, okay.
Um, actually, you know what? That's not true. There was a house we lived in that, swear on my life, we would hear footsteps in the attic when there's no space in the attic to be like moving around, and obviously
Really?
nobody was up there. And we swear to God, we'd hear that. It would fall into the house to the other. Uh, and this started shortly after my grandfather
Wow. Okay, yeah,
died.
that
Now,
is.
am I saying that's connected? No. I mean, hell, it could have just been a raccoon or something, But
A coincidence.
Grandpa
right,
Raccoon.
yeah, for real. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
making that
that
my next
is
D&D character.
definitely creepy. And so, what about you?
I didn't really have anything.
No.
No real experiences. No.
Let's see, let's see, and do you guys like believe in like the paranormal? Right.
I think it's really up in the air for me, like, cause like I've never like actually like interacted with anything like that, so it's like
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that are like it could be or it couldn't be.
Because it could be. It could be the wind.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
something like that. Anna Zach,
There's like a term for it.
Anna Zach, do you want to tell your ghost stories?
I was actually going to tell you one that happened just the other day.
Oh, okay. So, a brand new one.
Yeah. So basically, we have a new robot where I work, and with me being lead welder, I'm in charge of fixing any mistakes that happen. Well, I don't know how to explain it, but on the new robot, they have so on the all the other robots we have, they have a push system where the drive rolls will actually push the wire through the torch and out the end of it. This new robot has a push and pull system, so it has two sets of drive rolls, one to push it, one to pull it through the torch. It's kind of nice, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying because the pull rolls, they have a little magnetic cover that protects it from like spatter and all that, so that way they don't get damaged. We found out the hard way that there is a new fault with that robot called a LEGO fault, and that's basically that magnetic cover. So what it does is it sends an electrical pulse through the top magnets and back down through the bottom magnets, and that's how it knows it has a good connection. If the connection isn't as good or not there at all, that's what causes the fault and shuts off the machine to protect the drive rolls. Pretty simple. Keeps all the sparks from getting in there and ruining all the electronics and the rolls themselves.
Yeah.
It's just cover. Well, they tell us that whenever you pull it off, stick it right to the wall, because the walls are metal sheeting. And you want to stick it to the wall, that way you don't get jumped all over the magnets and ruin them or cause that legal fault to happen. Well, since I am lead welder on second shift, whenever a fault comes up, nobody knows how to deal with it. I'm the one that gets stuck fixing it. And that fault came up because the person that was working there was changing the wire over. And they couldn't figure out why they kept getting this fault. So I looked over and noticed, oh, it's just loose, nothing major. Took it off, blew off all the magnets with the air gun, put it back. All was great. Turn around. I hear the robot running. And then whenever it's running, the door is up. Okay, the door is up. You can't see what's going on. Hear it running, all of a sudden it shuts off. And I turn back around, I start walking to it. I'm like, oh, what happened now? And the person that was running looks over and says, Leco fault. I'm like, really? That's kind of odd. They was just running like 10 seconds ago. Drop the door down. And wouldn't you know it, the magnetic cover that I had taken off, blown off, and put back on the robot is now stuck to the wall. I don't know how it got there. Frankly, I don't know. I don't want to know how it got there. But pulled it off the wall, put it back on the robot, started the robot back up, and have not had any issues with it since. But explain to me how it got on the wall.
You can't.
I need answers. I really want to know the answer to that because I literally pulled it off, cleaned it, put it back on, and ran it, and it was fine for about 10 seconds. And then, of course, the same thing happened again. And once you know it, that magnetic cover is stuck to the wall.
Yeah, I genuinely can't explain that.
I don't get it. It's freaking me out, man. I can't figure it out.
Well, I definitely believe in paranormal, in my opinion.
If you guys want to listen to me explain the other story, I'm more than willing to.
I'm fine with it.
What about them?
I'm fine with that.
Doc, what's your response?
Huh?
He's a bit
He wasn't even paying attention.
He's a bit EP.
No, I partially fell asleep.
Wow.
No, not because your story,
No, it was.
but like, okay, maybe a little.
Oh, okay. I understand.
I'm kidding.
Okay. Anyways, whenever I used to work at a grocery store in high school, and one day we were working an overnight because we had to clean the freezers out. Because every now and again the freezers, because you gotta think those freezers are kept at 0 degrees. Someone opening up the door in the dead of summer, it's gonna get humid in there, and then it's just gonna frost. Okay, so frost builds up. So we worked an overnight to clean the frost out. Now the frost doesn't make a difference; it just doesn't look good. So worked an overnight to clean out the frost, and what we did is we taped. I think it might have been like I think it was a pen or something to the intercom, so it would hold the button down. We placed our phone next to the intercom, so it would play music over the intercom. Because if you've ever been at a grocery store, the last thing you want to hear on the radio is the same 4 songs play over and over and over and over and over and over again for 10 hours. No, thank you. So, since we knew that the intercom would shut off the radio while you're talking, we just turned the intercom on and played music through our phone. Well, somewhere around like 4 in the morning, music just cuts off, and all you hear is a just like a gasp for air. It's freaky. And then literally the same, I think it was the same night, power went out. Well, no, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same night because there were customers in the store and we had to escort them out. So, power went out. We were escorting customers out of the store, and then my manager and I, we had to do a lap around the store to make sure there's nobody else in there. And we got back, nobody in there, so we go to the back room, just hang out because nothing we can do when the lights are out. So, all we did was play on our phones. About 20 minutes go by. We just hear this metal crash. Like a cart. Just crash. And, of course, first instinct, grab the flashlight, start heading over. Nothing. Absolutely no noise was made. I mean, no objects were tipped over. We couldn't figure out what made the noise. So, we start getting a little freaked out. We go back to the break room. We try to not think about it. A couple hours go by, the power comes back on. We go back out on the sales floor to get the doors open back up. And in the middle of the floor, I think it was aisle 5. Middle of aisle 5, there's a teddy bear sitting in the middle of the floor. And we're a little confused because we walked the aisles before that, and there was nothing. And the teddy bears are kept on aisle 1 or aisle 2, one of them. But Yeah, teddy bear found in aisle 5. So of course, our first instinct is to check the cameras that are battery powered. So of course, they would stay on during a power outage. Go to check the camera, and wouldn't you know it, there is a 10-second interval where there is just nothing being recorded. Just 1 minute, teddy bear's not there. 10 seconds later, it's there. And there's no movement on any other cameras in that 10-second interval. But in that 10-second interval, camera 5 for aisle 5 is offline. It just cuts. We can't figure out how or why, but it did. And suddenly there's a teddy bear.
Yeah.
When I tell you I had to go home and change my underwear, I meant it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, if that happened to me, I would actually just quit on the spot. No.
No, I didn't. But I don't know if I
Yeah, I
mentioned it
would,
before, but I went to the local library because we have like history books of like the town history. Like where I live now, my house was bought out of Sears catalog. If you didn't know that. Because
What?
at one point in time, Sears actually ran a promotion where you could buy a house full-fledged from a catalog, have it shipped to your designated area that you wanted to put it, and have them build it for you for like $25,000. Granted, this was in the early 1900s, where $20,000 was actually a lot of money.
Right.
But yeah, because where I live, it used to be a logging company. And what they did is they bought up all the land before the logging trails, and that's where he would have his employees live. So for a portion of your paycheck, you would just live up here, and then you would just walk down to the lumber mill and work. And you would have a place to live and a place to work all within walking distance. It's actually pretty smart. Because not to mention, when the owner died, and his son didn't want to run the place anymore, he had like 110 buildings just to sell. Because he had all this land, and he just sold all the houses. And what's even worse is the original guy might have bought them for $20,000. They didn't sell for $20,000. They sold for like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a piece. And there's 100 houses up here.
Wow.
So if he's selling each house $50,000, let's highball it. It's $500,000. Oh, I know that's $5,000. $5 million. Yeah, the kid made a good chunk of change.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, we got our house on the low end because we bought it like right before COVID, where the economy was like doing awesome and you could actually afford to buy a house. Because the people before it, they actually doubled their money. They bought the house for like $9,000 and sold it for like 21 because of how much the property value increased. This house is valued at like 75 right now.
$75. Wow.
75,000, which is great if you want to sell it, but it's horrible if you want to buy it.
It's like one of those. Wow, what a steal! I have that right now.
Now that's what I call a deal. No. Yeah, it'd be great if I wanted to sell, but the thing is that I wouldn't be able to buy a house to live in. Because this economy is doing so horrible.
Who needs a house? Am I right?
Yeah. But yeah, I went to the library and looked up where that store sits now. And where that store sits actually used to be an apartment complex. Because just across the street is another apartment complex. It used to be one big complex. And I think it was like 1897 or something like that. Really early on. Because this town wasn't founded until like the late 1800s.
Okay.
But like real early on into this town's heritage, was one big apartment complex, and it was split into 3 sections. 2 of them burned down. There's one still up, but the one that burned down had a couple of casualties, but one of them was a 6-year-old boy. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know many 40-year-olds that want to play with teddy bears. However, I can think of a bunch of little kids that want to play with teddy bears.
Yeah. It might definitely be like a little kid ghost.
Yeah, because all the other casualties were above the age of 30. He was the only child.
I mean, in all fairness, anybody could play with the teddy bear, but 99% it'll probably be a little kid.
Yeah, I have a collection of teddy bears right now, but you don't see me playing with them.
It's just as all of a sudden you hear, "Oh, I love you, Mr. Teddy Bear."
I love you, Mr. Snuggles.
Yeah.
For context, I do not play with teddy bears. I play with weld wire and sparks and fire. And alcohol. I play with a lot of alcohol.
I mean, we already
With
have.
the bear.
Sure you do.
Oh my god.
Alcohol with the bear.
But
with
yeah,
the bears.
but yeah, I should honestly look into the history of my store now.
You probably could.
Yeah, I definitely could. Because as far as I can remember, that was always there. And
What do you mean?
And then like Sword Dog, I don't say the company's name for privacy reasons, just so you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to keep anonymity.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, like ever since I remember always going to that store when I was a kid. So it must been there for like maybe like 15, 20 years at least. It may be way older because while like we were like remodeling, obviously we got new floor, and like under the shelves there were like green flooring, and the thing was that green flooring wasn't a thing until like I'm pretty sure they replaced them in like a long time ago.
Turns out your store actually used to be the original Green Mile.
Oh my god! Plot twist.
John Coffey haunts your store to this day. Mr. Jingles is currently hiding in the ceiling.
Alright, but anyway, on to like the main topic of this podcast. Okay, and I wanted to do a part 2 to this, but like a little like backstory. This gonna be a little like a little talk about politics for a second. You've been warned. Alright.
This is your trigger warning. It's the only one you get.
Alright, it's just a little one, but like okay, like, and you guys know about Trump getting like assassinate about like assassination attempt, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a theory going around that there was a second shooter there.
Wait. Huh?
Yeah,
Where are we hearing this from?
like I've been seeing it like on Twitter, so Twitter, so that makes sense. But yeah, like supposedly whenever the head of the Secret Service, while they were like being like questioned and all that in court, I guess apparently when they asked like one like the one like that question, I guess the feeds cut out. I can't remember exactly what they said afterwards, but if that's true, that's kind of fishy. But anyway, but yeah, that's like a little like backstory. But yeah, like ever since I heard about that theory, I've been kind of looking a little bit into like conspiracy theories, and I just found this list. I just want to like give you guys opinions about. And and I know we did part 1 to this. I can't remember which ones we did, so I apologize if repeats. But yeah, like I said, I've been into conspiracy theories. The first one, the moon landing was fake. I don't believe that one.
How do you fake that, honestly?
I guess apparently there's a I guess they saying like they did it on like a movie set.
Yeah, I can understand why people might think it's fake, because like, oh, it's completely impossible. Really not.
No. Yeah, no.
It really doesn't take a whole lot to do incredible things. I mean, just look at the Aztecs. They built entire civilizations before the power of the internet even existed. And they survived for millennium. It wouldn't be that hard to do some simple math calculations. Because all in all, it all leads down to math. Your trajectory, your speed, the force of impact, the amount of fuel needed, it all breaks down to math. It's like, think of a plane. They have to figure out exactly how much fuel they need. Because, you're just thinking, just fill it to the top. Well, that adds weight. And that weight will drag you down, making you less efficient. If you put in just enough to get to your destination, you are now carrying less weight and can go further. Where if you had a full tank, you'd have more weight and can go less further. It all breaks down to math, and it's not that hard to do some simple math calculations. Especially when the computing power they had was like the same that a singular Google search uses. Think about that. Every time you type something into Google and hit search, that is more computing power than what they had to send someone to the moon.
Yeah, like,
and honestly,
sorry.
What? Go ahead.
I was about to say, yeah, I just believe that they. I mean, I believe that they landed on the moon. I believe this theory's fake, but I mean,
honestly, it's not that hard. I mean, all you got to do is just fill a rocket full of fuel and ignite it. That's basic propulsion. And then all you got to do is figure out where the moon would be in that exact time period, which they have telescopes. It's not that hard to figure out. Which, again, can be figured out with math, because where it's at on Monday and where it's at on Tuesday, all you got to do is just figure out how much time in between it is between those 2 days. And now you have your rate of speed, which then you can figure out where you need to launch from to hit that exact point on Wednesday.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna share like the website I'm reading these off of, if you guys wanted to
Popular Mechanics. He stole the abandoned blank. The presidential zomboys.
Alright.
Full segment, Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Alright, can we just talk about that? Something still stealing abandoned things. Presidential zombie WWE. And in between all of that, conspiracy theories.
Alright. A little like off topic here. Yeah, no, like this is like a whole like series.
Only Overkill. Is that Matthias?
It is.
Oh my god, that guy.
Yeah, you know, he did a whole series about like Project 863.
I don't know what that is.
It's a series that they did. It's a really good series. And then obviously, you know, wrestling. I told you I'm into wrestling.
Yeah, I have seen that.
But anyway, okay. Back on track. Okay, the second one. The government killed JFK. I don't know.
I actually kind of watched a video on something like that not too long ago, but it wasn't necessarily that the government killed them, but it was kind of like the idea It's like I don't think that they went outright and killed him. But like I heard this theory where he was accidentally killed by his own secret service. Apparently.
Huh. Listen.
I guess like when the first shot was fired, there was some kind of jolt from the car that the secret service was in, which was from behind. And when he was picking up his gun, he accidentally pulled the trigger, or the gun went off, or whatever, and it miraculously hit JFK in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that. But that's all. I just thought I'd mention that because that's like what I was watching, I think, last night, actually.
Because I remember watching a BuzzFeed episode on this. And, like, there was a theory that always stuck with me. I can't remember the full details, though. I know it said I stuck with me, but I remember part of it. So essentially, there was a guy on the sidewalk wearing, I guess, like a trench coat and an umbrella. And I guess like the moment the JFK passed him, he put up the umbrella, and then the shot occurred.
And right after he got shot, he starts spinning his umbrella. I've seen that before.
Yeah. That is really weird. Like, I mean, first off, let's see, like, it was extremely sunny out. It wasn't raining. I guess he could use the umbrella to keep the sun out.
I was about to say, I have met a couple of people that will use an umbrella to like protect themselves from the sun because they like burn easy.
Yeah, but I think he also was wearing a top hat, I think. But yeah, I just find that extremely weird. I personally, like, I really want to support that theory though. Because apparently I can't remember. This was like a bit of like a history thing. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure it was the Bay of Pigs invasion. I guess apparently the government didn't like it. Didn't like the idea, and they still went through with it. And I guess as a result, that's why maybe the government killed JFK. I'm maybe going a bit too into it, but this one I say might be up in the air.
I was gonna say that could just be either way.
Yeah, like this could honestly go 50-50. But who knows?
It's at the end of the day. I mean, you wouldn't think they would kill their own boss, but then again, people have done that in the past.
Oh yeah.
We'll say though, I really love JFK because he banned Cuban cigars, but literally the day before he banned them, he ordered like 1,500 and then made them illegal.
Oh, that's awesome.
But since he bought them before they were illegal, they were grandfathered in.
Oh. The next one. COVID-19 was engineered by the media.
Okay,
By the
I don't
media?
believe.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
don't
said.
believe. I don't believe it was engineered by the media, but I do believe that it was severely overplayed. I mean, oh yeah, you know, people were dying left and right. I mean, people were hooked up to ventilators and all this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, that's the same thing for the flu. I mean, the flu kills like thousands of people every year.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people that, because it's a viral infection, people get hooked up to ventilators to help them breathe whenever they have the flu because of how poor their health conditions are. I mean, they said the most susceptible for COVID-19 was newborns and people over the age of 65. You wonder who's the most susceptible for the flu? Newborns and people over the age of 65.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying,
And
I'm calling this one bullshit.
Yeah, dude, I had COVID 3 separate times. Not a single time I died. I'm still here.
Damn, really?
every year, around 34,000 people die from the flu. Oh, wait, no. That's just in the U.S. In the world, right around 290,000 people die every year due to the
Jeez.
flu. Sorry, 290 to 650,000.
Yeah, like I said, I know for a fact this one's bullshit because I highly doubt the media went to China and
Yeah, really.
yeah, no, this one's stupid. Earth has been sucked
Although-
into a black hole.
That's
Oh,
Yeah, if you look at the CDC's website, there was 704 million confirmed COVID cases. 675 million of them survived.
really?
Now, again, it was overplayed because yes, it is horrible. You know, people died, blah blah blah. But I mean, yeah, terrible, awful. It's awful if anybody ever dies. But the thing is that when we had it, the flu has its own season. We don't lock our doors and shut out the rest of the world and cover our faces with masks when it's flu season, because it's just part of life.
well.
And
I
people were
think
saying, "Oh, influenza B, it's so much worse." And it's like
I
it's just a strain. It's not
I
going to change
don't-
anything.
I don't think it's the fact that it's not worse than the flu. It's the fact that we didn't have any kind of way to fight it at the time,
Yeah.
like we do the flu.
But the thing
Right.
is that it's the same way for the flu. When the flu first started popping up, yeah, we didn't have a way to defend it, and it killed a lot of people. But the thing is that that's going to happen. As
Yeah, but how long ago was
Virus-
the flu discovered?
It's a good question.
Because like the way they handle things way back then, way different than how they handle things now.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
The
Like,
flu was
know.
discovered in 1933 by British
Yeah, it's-
researchers Wilson Smith. Hold on.
Yeah, that
I mean,
exactly.
me all fairness, you gotta remember, like in like the 1500s, with the like boop.
No,
boop, 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 boop,
1933.
boop. Yeah, you gotta remember in like the 1500s they had the bubonic plague.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, now
really wiped out-
that's like nothing.
Yeah,
Now,
It
now
actually-
there's ways to cure it. Like
I was about to say it is still around though.
yeah, I read this thing that it's like there was an outbreak in Africa not long ago, but they were able to cure it because they have a cure for it now.
Like in 1933, within the first couple months, over 1 million people died worldwide. And that's just within a few months. I mean, yeah, that's horrible. But again, it's because we didn't know how to deal with it. But we didn't shut down the whole world just to deal with it. I mean, Spanish flu. Let's take a look at that.
oh yeah.
Spanish flu. How many people did it kill? Oh yeah. 25 to 50 million people.
Jeez.
And that was just in 1918.
Yeah, which was like near its height.
I mean, horrible. But again, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know how to handle it. So, yeah, if blowing it up out of proportion, it's not going to fix anything. It's just going to cause mass panic, and it's going to cause people to overreact. There's people I work with that only just recently stopped wearing their mask.
Really?
Yeah,
I
And
am
not to
for
mention-
testing, like 2 years.
not to mention how fast they pushed out a vaccine because they were saying, "Oh, we need a vaccine." How much testing went through that? There's a guy I work with. He's 25. Okay, 25. He's about my build. Okay,
Okay.
great health. He doesn't. He actually. I've actually seen him throw up after eating a piece of pizza because of how clean he eats. His body literally rejected all that junk that was in pizza.
Jeez.
A slice of pizza. His body just said no. He eats clean. It's honestly kind of infuriating because it is kind of nice to have a cheat day. He does not have cheat days. He's in really good health. He got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine for COVID. because at that time he was in the military. He had to get a vaccine. That was part of the deal. If you're in the military, you're getting vaccinated. He had a heart attack.
What?
Yeah.
No,
Now-
that is suspicious.
No. It gets better. So, because of that, the company I worked for wanted to look at his medical records to see if there was maybe an underlying illness, or because my company likes to be transparent about everything, which is we're all shareholders in the company. That's why we have profit sharing. We're all shareholders. So they like to be transparent on every single thing they can. So they asked to take a look at his medical records, see if it was maybe an underlying illness, maybe it's a family issue, blah, 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 or if it was something more recent. Well, they took a look at it. He has no cardiovascular issues in his whole family tree.
What?
Within the last 4 generations, they haven't had any cardiovascular issues. I mean, his grandmother had breast cancer, but I don't think that's related. But the one outlier was his vaccine. That was the only outlier they could find based off of his yearly physical, his medical exams. Because we have this thing called Wealth for Health, where if you do a certain amount of activities within a year, you get a certain percentage of your insurance cut down. So if you go to the hospital, it's like oh, it's $100 a visit, and you did all these health related things, it's $50. They'll cover half. He had the highest points because they do it in a point system. He had the highest score because he's well fit. He goes to his checkups yearly. He goes through exams yearly. He gets physicals yearly. He's checking all the right boxes, but the one outlier was his vaccine. And they mentioned that. They were like, hey, because at the time they were offering COVID shots, and before they mentioned that, we had like 110 people signed up to take it. They were like, hey, we found all this information, and the one outlier causing his heart attack, because ever since he got his heart attack, his blood pressure has doubled, his heart rate has gone up, all this other stuff. And he's had no recent life changes that would cause stress or any type of changes in diet, habit, eating, blah, blah, blah. Nothing's changed. But the one outlier was the COVID shot. So they were like, hey, just so everyone is aware, you don't have to get it. This is entirely voluntary. You don't have to get it. And this is what we found. Within 2 days, we went from like 110 people willing to get the COVID shot down to 2.
Wait, a sec. Let me ask.
Oh, wait, let me finish. You want to know what happened to the 2 people that got the COVID shot?
What happened?
They also had heart attacks.
Oh my god.
One of them was forced to retire
Oh my god.
because he had such a massive heart attack. His doctor literally said, if you do not retire, you are going to work yourself into the grave because your heart can
Jeez.
no longer handle it.
Oh my god. I'm just like before let's see, like, were you in line to get a COVID shot then, or did you not even want one?
I refused. I didn't want to get one based off the fact it was so heavily pushed out.
Yeah,
I mean,
I felt the same.
if you look at any type of vaccine, it has to go through rounds and rounds and rounds of testing. This one was pushed out in 6 months. I mean, it could be
Yeah.
safe, but you don't know for sure.
And
I
like,
mean, the chicken pox vaccine. How? Oops, that's not it. much testing did the chickenpox vaccine have? Where are you, CDC?
And like don't get me wrong, like COVID was obviously is thing and was a huge thing back then, and like they needed a vaccine immediately. But I do think
Yeah.
it was way too early.
The chickenpox vaccine. According to the CDC, the license was first published in 1984 but was not cleared to be used commercially until 1991.
Yeah,
It went
no.
through 7 years of testing before they finally said, yep, this is safe. And this is coming from CDC.
Yeah, no, and the fact that the COVID one took 6 months. Yeah, no.
Even after the 7 years, they did not recommend using the COVID. I mean, not the COVID. The chickenpox vaccine on anyone younger than 10 until
Wow.
further information was gathered, and that's after 7 years of testing.
Yeah, no. Thank God I didn't take it too. Let's
Yeah.
see, like
If they're willing to take 7 years for a chickenpox vaccine, I'm not getting a vaccine that was pushed out in 6 months. I don't even get a flu shot. I don't get a flu shot either. Because every time I get a flu shot, I get the flu.
I'll be honest. I actually said yes to flu shot because I forgot. I always say no. I got sick afterwards.
Well, the reason is because for the flu shot, it gives you a
Yeah, doesn't it like give you like some kind of like immunity?
kinda. It gives you like a chemically dead version of the flu itself, so that way your antibodies and your white blood cells learn to detect it and then kill it.
Oh, okay.
So it sends in the vaccine is literally just dead flu virus. So that way your white blood cells notice that it's dead and go, oh, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Thing is that I've only had the flu 2 times in my entire life, and both times I got the flu shot. But ever since then, I could be taking care of someone who has the flu. They could be coughing and sneezing all over me. I have not gotten the flu. I only have ever gotten it when I got the flu shot. I don't get it.
Yeah, like at most, like I don't feel like, oh man, I'm so sick, I need to lie in bed all day. No, I just get like a runny nose or stuffy nose, maybe a cough. That's it.
Every now and again, I will get a cold, but it's just like a sore back and sniffles.
Yeah, that's
I don't miss work over that.
that is but the extent of my sickness. If I ever get sick.
Yeah, I have not missed a day of work in going on the 3 years that I've worked there. And I've gotten sick a couple of times, but every time it's just been the sniffles and a sore back and nothing that a Tylenol can't fix. Tylenol and some hot coffee. That usually fixes it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I really just don't trust the COVID shots.
It was just pushed out way too quick.
Yeah,
I mean,
it definitely
6
needs to be
months.
tested. It needs to be tested way more, in my opinion. Because like I said, yes, COVID was a huge thing. One of the worst outbreaks of all time. But I do think it could have waited longer.
Yeah, it just got pushed way too quick for me to be willing to trust it, honestly.
And like, kind of speaking of COVID, I still remember, like all the streets just being empty during that time.
Yeah, I worked at a grocery store during that time, and oh my god, I hate every minute of it.
Because it was so boring.
Yeah, nobody was coming around. Not to mention toilet paper is just gone. That was the only thing people were coming in for was toilet paper.
Yeah.
Why was there so much toilet paper being sold?
I wondered that too. I always wondered that.
And what's even worse is, so the store gets its own toilet paper because it gets those giant rolls that go in the toilet paper dispensers. We started selling those because of the fact we couldn't get in any other type. Nobody bought them. They sat on the shelf for like a year, and then we marked them down to like $2. So no one bought them. They're giant rolls, like 4,000 sheet rolls, and nobody bought them. And then there was just
They
one
kind of
guy.
suck ass though.
Dude, you're paying $2 for a 4,000 sheet roll of toilet paper.
Fair enough.
You want to know how many came in a box?
How many?
6. 6 rolls. Because at one point, whenever we first got them, they were marked up at $30. They marked them down to $2 just to get rid of them. Now, if we do the math, 4,000 sheets times 6 rolls, 24,000 sheets of toilet paper divided by $2. For each dollar you are paying, you are getting 12,000 sheets of toilet paper.
Let's see, like,
Now, for each penny, you are you are getting 120 sheets of toilet paper for a penny.
I
And
Yeah.
nobody bought them except for this one guy that just happened to notice that it was this giant roll of toilet paper, and he bought all 6 boxes.
oh my god, that's awesome. Like honestly, that reminds me of this video. Hold on, I sent it. Like, have you guys seen the movie 1917?
No.
Or at least
Possibly.
heard of it. It was like that World War One movie where like it was all in one shot, like all in one take.
That would suck.
And someone made that, but instead of 1917, it was 2020.
Oh my god.
and as you can tell by the thumbnail, you go. Alright, but anyway, okay. Moving on. Yeah, Earth has been sucked into a black hole.
I'd believe it.
Honestly, yeah, because I know the main reason why they said that is because of the Mayan calendar, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah, the world
Mayans.
was supposed to end in 2012
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will admit, nothing has been the same since 2012.
Yeah. I mean, all fairness, everything has gone downhill ever since Harambe died. Rest in peace.
For real. He was
Yeah.
our anchor being.
I was about to say he was the anchor being from
Look, okay,
Wolverine and Deadpool.
I have no idea if it's just because we were we were younger back then, but it felt like so much is going on now. But like before Harambe died, I didn't hear anything.
Dude, for real.
Like,
This all started after his death.
yeah. I'm just saying.
Him and Kobe. Him and
yeah.
Kobe. They were our anchor beings.
Real.
Yeah.
We've now started a new timeline.
Yep. And then next thing you know, our timeline is gonna die in 1,000 years.
We don't know that. It could be 2,000 years.
Yeah. Well,
Either
this
way,
is-
we're gonna be dead by then, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
If any of us are still alive, pop a comment.
Hey, I'm just saying. I just want to play GTA 6. That's all.
No, that's probably gonna happen right before the timeline ends.
For real.
I just want to play that. The most hyped game of all time.
Yeah, the game that's gonna cost us like our entire life savings to play.
Yeah. No, I think I'm pretty sure it's
They
rumored to be
want
like
to charge.
it was like $150. It's rumored.
Yeah, they want to charge $5 an hour just to play it.
That's some EA scamming shit.
Yeah. Not to mention, can we talk about the price of video games nowadays?
Yeah, $70? No.
Like, I can understand that if it's a hard copy of a game. Because you gotta think, you are paying for the design, the manufacturing that went into it. just to get a copy of it. That costs money. I get that. But for a digital download, no print work necessary. Everything was done in MS Paint, which is free. And
I mean,
it makes no sense.
I think a price like that, you could warrant a price like that based on what the game is.
yeah.
First, like, for example, they want to charge. I think the price tag for that new Star Wars Outlaws is like $120. Not like the base game, but like you get like, it's ridiculous. It doesn't warrant the $120. Now, if it's a big old open world like No Man's Sky, right?
That makes sense.
Right. Because that's literally like, isn't it like all just completely generated, like randomly generated, infinite amount of planets?
Yeah,
like
it's nearly impossible to come across another player like randomly.
The other thing I've noticed is that the game time has gone down, but the price has gone up. Like, what is it? Vice City? Oh no, San Andreas. You can play that game for 36 hours before 100%ing the whole game.
Guilty.
And then you got games like, yeah, I know. And then you got games like Call of Duty. You can beat that in an afternoon. It is disgusting. Campaign for that is junk. Like Call of Duty Ghosts, I started playing the campaign after school. I was done before it was time for me to go to bed. That is disgusting. Especially when that costs more than San Andreas did.
Yeah. And like I'm just saying, Zach, I know for a fact you didn't hear about this, but Soul and Dark. Have you heard it was around the time like Season of the Deep came out for Destiny, I think. That Bungie had I guess like a meeting and they said like they're not gonna like over deliver because it's bad.
Oh yeah, because they don't want to make everybody's expectations here and not ever meet it ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then there's no way of one-upping yourself. It's just either copying it or under-delivering.
And that is why Forsaken's probably the best expansions, because they never attempted to beat it.
Yeah. And Forsaken, in my opinion, is still the best DLC, but...
I don't know. Final Shape was pretty good, though.
Whatever one we played last night, that one was real good. Oh, yeah.
No, you're in for a treat with Final Shape. That's all I'm gonna say.
Final Shape is good.
Yeah. All of us can actually say that.
Arguably the best.
You guys think Destiny is good, and I've learned the hard way that Destiny hates new players.
Go watch a bite video. Shut up. Stop complaining.
Watch the 10-hour bite.
the 10-hour lore video.
From start to finish to get yourself caught up.
Although I am taking a break now, so I'm free for a little bit.
Thank
We
God.
know you're redownloading the game in about like 2-3 months, maybe. When you get to the
when you guys get to Oryx, maybe.
Every Destiny player.
Vault of Glass, Courtesan.
Oh yeah,
all the remasters.
Yeah, those are the ones that he wants to join.
Those are the ones that are fun. Yeah. And you notice how they all came from Destiny 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first game was better.
Yeah, wow, who knew?
Yeah, because they took all the good stuff out of the fucking second game.
Overwatch. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Oh, my lord.
Literally, they just took Overwatch 1 and slapped a 2 on it.
Well,
that's all they did.
It literally is now.
Said, oh, there's a new character. Oh,
what happened to the... I know they said... I know they announced it. Like, what the fuck happened to the PvE shit?
They just canceled
it. They announced that shit? No, I understand that. But they announced that shit like a year in advance.
To get people's hopes up, so that's like false advertisement.
No, they had a year to develop the shit. And they probably had it in development before they even announced it.
Yeah.
I'm about to say something that's going to make a lot of you angry.
You better not say you like Overwatch, because I'll actually like go through my microphone and like strangle you.
Oh, I was gonna say I've never played Overwatch or
Oh,
Overwatch
good.
Oh,
2.
thank God!
Yeah, that's
Thank
fine.
God!
That's good. You're good. You're good.
I thought you were gonna say you liked it.
Overwatch is way worse than Destiny. Trust.
Yes. Yeah, no, see, I'm just saying, it's the fact that they made Overwatch 2 so they can do 5v5s and PvE. Guess
The
what?
whole
He-
point of being Overwatch 2 is that they were gonna add like a campaign,
Yeah, and that never happened.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
wait a minute, like, I did well, okay, to be fair, they did add a couple of missions.
That's bullshit.
That's
They
about it.
kind of
Real campaign.
no, they
That's
they
not the
they
real
they,
campaign
they kind of
promised.
did that in Overwatch 1
Yeah, like,
already.
in his thing, they're thinking about bringing back 6v6, making
Why does that
Overwatch
matter?
2 useless.
I'm it really doesn't matter. They screwed up big time.
Yeah. Oh, alright.
Like it like if you want to talk about controversial game, that's it right there.
Yeah. That and probably maybe Diablo.
I haven't
Oh,
followed
shit.
anything about Diablo. I don't play Diablo.
I'll be honest, I don't
I've
like
I've never
Diablo.
played Diablo.
Good. Don't.
I played World of Warcraft, but not Diablo.
Alright, moving on. Okay, what's the next one? Disney
one what?
created Frozen
Oh.
as a distraction.
Searching to what?
I've
Okay.
heard that one.
I
And honestly, it's
I believe-
not that hard to get
I-
behind.
I believe it because okay, Doc. So essentially, the backstory behind this, Walt Disney, the person that made Disney, there was a rumor that he actually froze himself, like cryo freeze, and they made the movie Frozen to cover up that theory. So every time you look up Frozen on Google, it'll come up the movie instead of Walt Disney being Frozen.
Okay.
Dude, that is the most
Yeah.
No, listen. Knowing that they locked themselves in an office for 13 hours before they came up with the song Let It Go and refused to let them out before they came up with the song, not that hard to get behind. Honestly.
I'm sorry, but
When
like
you're
that is like
forcing
some
someone
evil
to work-
corporation bullshit. That is like
Yeah, it
Hydra
is, because who
shit.
on earth locked someone in an office for 13 hours so they can make a song?
Well,
Dude, I lock myself in my room for 13 hours to play video games.
You do it to yourself willingly. They did not have a choice. Their
They had a
choice
choice.
was
They signed on to
die.
that shit. They knew they were getting into.
yeah.
They had a choice of either die or make a song.
They did their job. They knew what they were getting themselves into.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not that hard to get behind. I mean, it makes sense. And honestly,
No, it
when he
doesn't.
when he died, it wasn't that far out. I mean, there's people that are cryogenically freezing themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there was this one place that
That's the mammoths that they've been uncovering from Antarctica. Tell me that works. Like genuinely. That's
No,
some
it's more-
bullshit.
it's more of like a flash freeze. You freeze the outside, but you keep the insides, the internals warm. So that way nothing breaks down. It just slows the aging process. See, when mammoths, when they were frozen, it was very slow. It was a slow freeze, and everything is frozen. Cryogenic, it's more of a flash freeze. It's just freezing the outside. It doesn't freeze the inside.
I
So
need
obviously, if you
to say
freeze
your
the
mom's
inside,
joke.
no, go ahead.
No.
No, do it. Do it. What's gonna happen? Is my dad gonna yell at you? No, he's dead.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, Dad. As he sits here on my keychain.
God.
Bro.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to hell. There's absolutely no getting around that.
Yeah, bro.
Listen, I made that joke one time. He has been speechless ever since.
My mom.
My dad died. His birthday's coming up soon, actually. I wonder what I'm gonna get him. Maybe a nice box.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Alright, anyway, off that topic, okay. The Denver International Airport is a Illuminati headquarters.
I'm sorry, these are just getting fucking out of hand.
Illuminati leads to a conspiracy rabbit hole, but not going to delve too far, except when it comes to Denver International Airport. Many Illuminati believers are convinced it's the secret group's headquarters. The airport has embraced the rumors by poking fun at it, but hasn't stopped people from believing secret tunnels and lizard layers lurks beneath the building.
Dude.
I mean, I'm
Say
just
lizard.
saying.
Put the chemicals in the water and make the frogs gay.
About
okay.
that's actually been proven true.
Bruh.
See,
And
here's
you,
the
Alex
funny
Jones,
thing.
telling the truth?
Oh no, yeah. Here's the thing. You know how women get on birth control?
Uh-huh.
Well, the thing is the way that works is it just gives you a little bit more estrogen. Thing is that your body doesn't absorb it, nor does it get broken down. It just gets passed through you. And if you live in bigger cities that recycle their water, that estrogen stays in it because it does not break down. It is a form of matter. It cannot be created or destroyed. Once it's there, it's there. So if you're going to the bathroom and releasing all that estrogen in with your waste, and then that same waste product gets filtered back into drinking water, now you're drinking more of that estrogen, and of course if you're on birth control, you are dumping more out than what you had originally. And then it keeps repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. And
So
then...
So you telling me not to drink tap no more?
I mean, you can, but that
I don't wanna,
it would
I
make
don't-
sense. It would make sense as to why many men our age are having problems with reproducing and erectile dysfunction and
I just thought
bunch
my
of-
little guy was shy, bro.
and a bunch of other little stuff. Because thing is that there is a form of male birth control, and its main ingredient is estrogen, and one of the side effects is failure to occur.
There we go. Okay. I just stopped it for a second.
You didn't answer my question.
No.
Okay.
But anyway, okay. Bigfoot is real.
I mean, it's not all that far out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. I believe it.
I mean, maybe he was real at one point, because in the end, we all had a like ancestor. That's people always say, "Oh, if we evolved from monkeys, why do monkeys still exist?" It's because we had a like ancestor. We derived from the same ancestor. One split off into Neanderthals. The other one split off into what we call monkeys nowadays.
Yeah, and which I believe, like, I actually learned this in world history. If I remember correctly, the monkey that the scientists finally found out, I think the monkey's name was Lucy, I think?
Yes. They named her Lucy, the first of her kind.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think the name Lucy has some sort of like other language origin as being the first or number one or something like that. I think that's why they named her Lucy.
Yeah.
Because she was the first ancestor. She is the one that we can trace back to being the ancestor that started us, I guess is the only way to put it.
Yeah. Alright. What's the next one?
Okay, I'm back. Oh, that's perfect.
The Nazis had a secret base in in Antarctica.
I wouldn't put it past it.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not untrue, but knowing that they tried to start a war with Russia in winter and failed miserably
What if
kind of
that's where
puts
they
a
put all
damper
their
on it.
resources? Was in Antarctica rather than Russia? Just
Dude,
saying.
their guns literally froze because they could not handle a Russian winter.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far fetched, but I don't know. Like, I mean, I say this one might be up in the air because I mean, first off, it's because of this line. Since then, there's no evidence that has been discovered.
That's because Antarctica is so difficult to explore because of just the cold alone.
Yeah.
The cold. I mean, what does? Let me look this up. Not to mention the amount of snowfall they get every year. It's insane. There's this research team that does videos online, and they live in Antarctica, and just from standing outside, you can take a cup of boiling water, and within like 2 minutes, it's frozen solid because of how cold it is on a daily basis. Not to mention again the snowfall.
Yeah.
Antarctica. Oh, really? The actual rates vary widely from high values over the peninsula, 15 to 25 inches in a year, to very low, as little as 50 millimeters. So they actually don't get a lot of snowfall. I think it has more to do with the fact that, because it always looks like it's snowing up there, I think it's more of just the wind. Because how cold it is. The snow does, because you know how like packing snow we get?
Oh yeah.
It's because the temperature is just high enough that it is partially melted and it will pat together. In Antarctica, it's so cold that it stays frozen from the time it enters the atmosphere to the time it lands, so it doesn't compact. That's where you get the I think it's called sugar snow. It just blows around with the wind. But yeah, that might have something to do with it because yeah, in Antarctica, at some points the wind speed reaches 200 miles per hour. So I think it is the fact that there is just so much wind flying around that it's just blowing snow everywhere. It makes it look like it's snowing, which, to be fair, could bury you.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a desert storm. If you sit still in the middle of a desert storm, or like a windstorm, you're gonna get covered in sand. I think it'd be the same for Antarctica because of how cold it is. Because all that snow, it's not gonna melt and compact together. It's going to sit on top of each other. Because at some points in Antarctica, it reaches negative 71 degrees.
Hell no.
Oh, the coast is warmer with an average temperature of 14 degrees.
Wow.
That's my kind of weather. I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah.
Good for you. I can't. 65 would be like the perfect temperature year round.
Yeah. I'm fine. I'll be fine with that. But I prefer the cold. Okay, next theory. We're all living in the Matrix.
I can see that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Honestly, yeah.
And maybe not necessarily the Matrix, but like, the equivalent.
Okay, I have no idea if it's connected to this theory or the next, or like another one. But like, okay, I actually have a personal like explanation that explains that we're all living in some kind of simulation, which I'm assuming it'll probably be on this one. It's probably be like the most related. All right, so in ninth grade, I'll always remember this. So like at my school, we had, let's see, what was it? 8 periods, I think. Yeah, 8 periods. And so like periods 1, well, we had homeroom, then period 1 to 8, then obviously lunch in between. So homeroom to period 3, I felt pretty good, perfectly normal. In fact, period at the end of period 4, which was my English class, I started to feel really like extremely tired, which is like very weird to me because 99% of the time I don't fall asleep in school. I'm a good student. But yeah, I went to my 5th period, which was bio, and I had to put my head down the whole time. And then 6th period, I asked my teacher, "Hey, can I go down to the nurse's office?" And as I was going down, I felt like I was about to throw up. Actually, I almost did it on the stairwell.
That would. Imagine if you
didn't.
puked over the railing.
I didn't though, but
That'd be horrible. It just starts
yeah,
falling down.
But yeah, I physically could not do anything. Like, I had to go home because I felt horrible. And this is where the weird part begins. Okay. So when I was laying in my bed, because I was sick. The only thing I could think of, and it was constant, it was like a failing like a failing system of some kind. Like, it was so weird.
Did you say failing?
Yeah, like I remember saying like system failure.
Failure.
I swear to God, it may sound fake, but I swear to God, this happened to me.
See, it's stuff like that is whenever you start just picking out a new sim because yours is about to die.
yeah, and like, I'll be honest, I tried to think of other stuff that kept on going, like coming in my head. And here's the thing, like the next day, I was fine, back to normal. I genuinely cannot explain that. Because it sounds fake, but I'm telling the truth. That actually happened. So like,
I just like the system failure thing. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, like it was like system failure or like simulation failure. It was like one of the two. And it was like I said, I kept on, like, I can't think of anything else during that time. It was only
Can you
that.
just imagine just being a fly on the wall. Your mom comes in to check on you. She's like, "Oh, how you doing, sweetie?" System failure, system failure, system failure, system failure.
Yeah.
You're just quietly sitting in the corner, just rocking back and forth, saying that over and over again.
Yeah. And my mom's like, "Honey, he's doing it again."
He's doing it again.
Yeah, I genuinely cannot explain that, and because of that reason, I do believe in this theory. Just all because I had a personal experience. Oh my! Alright.
I don't know. I just feel like it could be true because of how much things change.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like kind of like Mandela effect. You vividly remember something being a certain way, and then you experience the same thing again. It's completely different.
It's like one of those, hey, a little callback to one of the older episodes.
Because, like, what was it? I had a John Deere hat. Old John Deere hat. I got it when I was like 4. And I wore the thing every day. And then when we moved, I forgot it at my old house. And I know I did because I had it sitting next to a Gatorade bottle that I had also forgotten to take with me. The Gatorade bottle turned alcoholic, but we're not going to talk about that. But went down to collect some more of our stuff, and it was sitting next to it. I remember seeing it there. I remember looking at it and going, I should probably take this with me. Completely forgot it. You want to know where it's at right now?
Hmm.
In my desk drawer.
Oh,
I don't know how it got there.
How long ago did you forget it?
Well, the last time I went down to my old house was probably like 5 years ago. Almost.
And you're certain nobody grabbed it for you?
I'm certain of it because I remember going, oh, I forgot my hat. I was actually really upset about it. And then just last year, I found my John Deere hat. And it looks the exact same. There's not even dust on it. It looks the exact same as when I left it. Because I picked it up, shook the dust off, and I was like, okay, gotta remember that. I don't want to lose that again. And when you know it, I have it. I don't know how, but I have it.
that's so weird.
Because there was a lot of shareholders
What's I do?
that apparently opened up the help page. But there was a lot of shareholders that they wanted to pass some bill with the government that would give them like tax breaks and whatnot, and kind of screw over some of the other rich people because it was more to help out the middle and working class. Because at that time, Henry Ford had made the 8-hour work week, and they're like, "Man, this is the best thing ever. We should be getting paid more because now that we're working less, we can't afford things, but we can do more because we're working less and blah, blah, blah. And we should do this, that, and the other thing for the working man because without us, you guys wouldn't have a company." And there were people that agreed with that and said, yeah, we should really pay our employees more. I mean, they're literally the reason this company exists, and blah, blah, blah. And when you know it, they were on that ship. And the people who didn't agree with it had tickets for the ship, but surprisingly, somehow, some way, just missed it or canceled at the last minute. And, all these weird coincidences. Not to mention the key for the binoculars that was supposed to be in the crow's nest, which is what would have seen the iceberg. The key was left on land. Isn't that a little weird?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, I do believe this theory is
I think that the
stupid.
Titanic was sunk as an insurance claim.
I believe that more than it not being sunk at all.
Yeah, I believe in the insurance fraud, definitely.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure one of the people on there was literally J.P. Morgan.
Yeah. What's the next theory? Apollo 17 wasn't the last moon mission. Okay.
That I can also believe.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I do believe in this one. Because if I remember, I remember. I think Apollo 17 was the last mission because they encountered aliens, and that's what I heard. Wait, does it say in here? Now some believe the mission was real and a tragedy when an astronaut had a run-in with aliens. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a theory with that, where like the reason why Apollo 17 was the last one was because of aliens.
So it was wrong. J.P. Morgan and Milton Hershey were partial owners and or investors in the Titanic, but had bought tickets for the maiden voyage and just decided not to go.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah, but I can definitely see NASA doing more missions, though. It may be, obviously in secret, but I definitely do see them doing doing more missions.
Exactly.
Alright, what's the next?
There's people literally training to go to Mars. What do you mean?
Yeah. What's the next theory? Zombies can rise from the dead.
That is actually going on with insects right now, so I believe in that.
I was
believe
about to
it.
say that
Oh,
is
yeah,
a
I did.
thing in insects.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, it's not completely false because, like rabies, it used to only be an issue with animals, and then one day it got infected to humans, and people can get rabies. And there's a disease that infects ants, and what happens is,
Cordyceps.
I think
So
that
that's
might be it.
literally what Last of Us is based off of.
I thought it was a fungal infection.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah, cordyceps is fungus.
oh, huh.
Oh,
Well, anyways, yeah, it takes over the brain of the ant, and it literally makes them walk up to a piece of grass, climb it, and just sit at the very top of it. And eventually,
Theoretically,
it
also
gets
being
eaten.
completely sentient as well.
Yeah.
Or
And
like
grasshoppers, there's some sort of like parasite that can infect them and just take control of their whole body. Like, there's a video where you can literally see a grasshopper just extruding this parasite from it. It's just like a little black snake that just crawls out of him. And the worst part is, when it crawls out, grasshopper's dead. It was moving 10 seconds before that, but now it's dead. And suddenly that parasite has to go find a new host.
I
So
know.
it's not far-fetched.
See, I'm just saying, if the zombie apocalypse did happen, two things. One, I'll be prepared. I play Call of Duty Zombies. I would know to immediately, find the power, buy perks.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Literally, all you gotta do is just hide away somewhere for like 2 years and you'll be fine.
Yeah, so that was one of the big things with like the zombie apocalypse is like, especially with how global warming is affecting us now. The an undead body would rot before it could really be damaged.
Yeah. If it's a dead corpse, it's going to decompose, just like anything else on this planet. We come from the dirt, we become the dirt. That's just how it works.
Yeah,
And that's all you gotta do is just hide out for like 2 years. They'll decompose, or maybe even a year and a half, because then there's practically no muscles left. They've all decomposed. It's gonna smell horrible, but you'll be alive.
yeah, okay. And then the second thing, I hope it's the Walking Dead zombies, and not the World War Z zombies.
Oh my god.
Hey, I just
Yeah, World War Z zombies don't even eat you.
No, they'll just rip you to shreds, and you just gotta basically get a what is that? A terminal illness.
Actually,
it's the only way they'll avoid you.
So here's the thing. I don't even think they tear you to shreds. Their whole purpose is to bite you and move on. Like, that was like the whole thing, was that they were intentionally going after people and just infecting them. They weren't eating or anything like that. The worst zombie would be The Last of Us. That shit would be terrifying.
Wasn't the whole story behind World War Z is just some guy made up a disease to sell a cure, literally just to sell the cure back, and then it got out of control?
I believe so.
Are you talking about the book or the movie?
I don't know.
Or the game.
Because there's no real origins that I know of. They never explain it.
Yeah.
At least in the movie, they never explain it.
Yeah, but as far as I can remember.
And by the end of it, they essentially beat it. So it's really not that hard to beat. In fact, they probably finished it.
Oh, it's the
within a movie.
Division I was thinking of.
Uh,
This guy creates a disease in order to sell the cure for it and make money off of it, and then it just gets out of control.
What's the next one? Bill Gates is making fake snow.
What?
What? Let's see. TikTokers stoked the fires on a Bill Gates conspiracy theory that he was creating fake snow that burns instead of melts. Spoiler alert.
Oh, I've seen that.
He
Napalm?
wasn't- What?
No,
Hey,
it's
yo?
like supposed to be plastic snow. Which, if you take a snowball and compact it really, really tight, depending on how cold it is, you're literally just seeing the soot from the flame on the snow. The snow will still melt, but it being compact and hardened and cold snow, it will take longer to melt. That's why if you take water and mix with sawdust and freeze it, it takes days to melt. Like, the U.S. government was actually going to make a temporary ship out of sawdust and water, but
Okay.
it held no practicality because, again, it melts. It still melts. But
Alright.
yeah, if you take snow and compact it cold enough and you put a flame to it, it won't melt right away, but you will see the soot pile up on it. And that's why it's like, oh, this is turning black. It should be melting, blah, blah, blah. You're just seeing soot from fire. It's what happens.
Yeah. Alright. And I'm gonna end this off with one last theory for you guys before we end it here.
The world's
Alright.
best, thinnest pie condom? What? It says pie condom. Like P-I.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. You guys, sorry.
We're going to end it off with the world's thinnest pie condom.
Yep.
Is it?
alright.
I swear to God. Click on that. Is it 3.14 millimeters thick?
No.
That is an
If it is-
ad. That is a virus. Do not.
Actually, it's available at Target.
Alright. I want to end off on this theory because there was BuzzFeed Unsolved did an episode with this. Wono Colony. Did you guys ever hear about this?
I have not.
This is a unsolved mystery, but so essentially, Wono Colony, obviously it's a brand new colony founded in 1585, way before the United
boy.
States. And so, if I remember correctly, they all landed, they all set it up, but the main guy, well, like, I guess the mayor, he had to go back to England. And he had to stay there for a couple of years. Alright. Sounds normal, right? Because I guess apparently there was, I guess maybe a war going on, or something. I forget what it was. But he couldn't go back for a couple of years. And so him and a couple other guys, which as you can see by this picture right here, they when they came back, no trace of them. No trace of the colony. The only thing that they left behind was it was some kind of it was something on the tree. I can't remember what it was.
Click on the top left.
Please show this. Yeah, quote. That is all. That is all they said. That was the only thing they left behind. Like there was no bones. There was there was just, they just disappeared. And there's like a couple of theories that based around it. I think the main theory was like there was a tribe that lived nearby, and the theory goes they either ate them or they joined the tribe.
I think it's more believable that they joined the tribe because not a whole lot of Native Americans were cannibals.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think any of them were ever cannibals.
And then the most wildest theory, a zombie outbreak.
Didn't we just... Wait, what?
There's a theory that like there was a zombie uprising and they killed all the people in the colony.
Oh.
It's a stupid theory. I don't believe it, but yeah, like this. This always stuck with me because it makes no sense. I don't know if there's any news on it recently.
Okay, so basically, the whole they ate them thing, it's false. They had to have joined them because many Native American tribes practice cannibalism, but only in tribes in the north and west, and cannibalism was only practiced during rituals and ceremonies for purification of the human soul, to commemorate the person's life. By eating their flesh, they believe that you would gain the strength of their soul, and their soul would live with you, rather than just burying them and forgetting they even existed. You ate that person after they've died of either natural causes or some other way of passing on, and you eat them and you gain the strength of their soul, and their soul becomes part of you.
Oh,
It's like the way of commemorating the person's life, but it was only done in rituals. It wasn't just, oh, I'm hungry, let me just go eat someone. So I think the theory that they joined a Native American tribe, not that far out.
yeah, because
Just gotta think, new colony. These people have no idea what they're doing. They're starving to death. It wouldn't be that far out to join someone who already has a settlement, already has a food source, a water source, a place to sleep, safety. It wouldn't be that far out if they just joined them.
Yeah, like
versus, oh, these people are new, let's eat them.
No, in this like a little summary, the lost colony of Roanoke was the first attempt by England to establish a permanent stalemate in the New World. However, the colony
first attempt.
Yeah, the colony too. Hi, Zach. Go
Close
ahead,
up
say
shop.
it.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So get out.
The Gamers Tavern is now closed. Doc, Soul, do you guys have any last words?
I think I want the red Crayola drink now.
So here's your last drink.
Cringe.
I want cherry flavored crayon. I've had enough of blue raspberry.
Doc, any last words?
Don't do drugs, kids.
Listen to him.
Bad, okay.
Alright, guys, the Gamers Tavern is now closed. See ya.
Bye bye.